Hey guys, how is everybody doing today? Welcome to Tea Crochet and Crafts. My name is Tiara. Whether you are a fellow crocheter or you just like to see magic happen before your eyes, this is the right space for you. You chose little old me to watch in my little corner of the internet, and I appreciate that. For those of you who are new, hello there. Thank you for joining us. And for those of you who are always here and a part of the crew, hey y'all. If you are a regular here, you may notice that behind me something is missing. Yarn is gone. I had to take it all down, and I'm going to go through it, do a yarn inventory so that I can get that on a spreadsheet so that I'll know what I have at all times. So, since I've taken down all of my yarn and I have to go through it one by one, I decided why not show you guys what's in my yarn inventory and what I do with the different brands that I buy. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? Or what I plan to make with some of the stuff that I bought because it was pretty. And if you're a crocheter or a knitter or some kind of fiber artist, you do the same thing. Okay, so don't judge. So the first yarn brand that I absolutely love is Red Heart. Red Heart Super Saver acrylic yarn, to be exact. And Super Saver has many different subcategories. You'll see that in my yarn inventory. Let's get started. This is the color burgundy. It's just this one skein, and it's not even a full skein. It's more like a half a skein probably. So I need to order some more of this. Next, I also have some red. This is in the color cherry red, actually, and it's attached to this because I'm in the process of making a red and white granny square hat. I have 2 of these. I have 2 golds. I have 3 yellow. I have 4 of these. I have 7 green. I also have teal, but this is my only one, and this one is hard to come by, so I'm gonna have to order it offline now that I can't shop at Joann's. I also have royal blue, navy blue, light blue, lavender, purple, pink. I have light pink, 2 tans, 2 browns, 3 whites, 2 creams, a black, and a gray. And then they also have mixed colors. So I have a camo and I have a zebra. I believe that is it for the Super Saver. I'm gonna put those back where they belong. I have written down how many of each I have so that I can put that in my inventory. On to the next. With the Red Heart Super Saver yarn, I make all of my tassel meat earrings, perfect stud earrings, seeing double earrings, going in circle earrings, my bodacious hair bows for little girls, my basic beanies, my home run hats, my ear hugger hats, my straight shooter scarves, my roundabout scarves, my spiral effect scarves, my let's cuddle up throw blankets, my Santa's beanie, my little snuggler baby blankets. Also some Brim Sallies. I make ruffle socks. I make stockings. My Madam Cluster, which is my hexagon sweaters. All of those I usually make with Red Heart Super Saver yarn. It is the brightest colors in my opinion. I also like the texture of their yarn. I've tried to switch over to Big Twist, but I didn't quite like the texture. Red Heart has a bit more quality. So yeah. This is my go-to acrylic yarn. Let's put them away. All right. We're getting a little something going on, okay? Next, we are still in the Red Heart category, but we are doing one of their subcategories, which is Red Heart Ombre. One of my favorites as well, obviously, because it's Red Heart. This is what they look like. They come in bigger skeins than the regular Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I don't really know why. Don't know the method to their madness, but this one is my favorite one. I have 6 of these. The reason I have 6 of these is because I ordered them for my birthday from off of the Yarn Inspirations website so that I can make my birthday outfit but Yarn Inspirations was having a super backup on their shipping, so my yarn didn't get to me until after my birthday, so I didn't get to make the pants. I'm still gonna make them. My absolute favorite, my second to that, is the pink ombre, and this one is called Jazzy, and I love it. I have the green apple one, the one that's the grays color, I can't think of how to pronounce it right now, and I have the hot sauce one as well. I plan to be ordering some more because I need to be able to work on some of my Brim Sally inventory. Some of the items that are on my website that I use this yarn for are my Brim Sallies, my ruffle socks, and my Madam clusters. The ruffle socks aren't on the website yet. I'm still trying to get pricing for all of the different shoe sizes, and as soon as I get them, they will be up. However, you are still free to place an order. I have several different ways for you to contact me, so just hit me up and you can order you some ruffle socks before they get on the website. That is all for my ombre yarn. We're gonna put these away and get on to the next ones. Still in the Red Heart family, we have some Super Saver stripes. This is the yarn that I'm using to make that beautiful sweater back there. Obviously, it's not sweater season anymore here in South Carolina, but when I get the idle time, I'll finish it. All right, that was all for the Red Heart. Next up in my stockpile is Big Twist value yarn. I have some lime green, some purple, some wine or burgundy, some gold, a little bit of white, and a little bit of black. That's not included in the temperature blanket because you remember what that situation looks like. There's a rainbow assortment of colors in that box. What I'm using my Big Twist value yarn for is obviously my temperature blanket, like I just said. The lime green and the burgundy and the purple, they all go in the temperature blanket. The black and the white was where I started trying to transition. I bought this to make a do-rag because it's softer, so it's better for the do-rag in my opinion. So I'm gonna make a do-rag out of that for my mom. Hey y'all, happy Friday. I felt like I just wanted to be a little bit more up close and personal. And I was tired of bringing the yarn up on the desk. It just was too much. So I've decided to sit on the floor where all the yarn is. Let's get back into it. We're sticking with Big Twist, and right now we are at Big Twist Plush. I'm so used to like little skeins of acrylic. This is a huge skein. Big Twist Plush, okay, and I have 3 of these. I had 4. Maddie has a doll baby. Her name is Tanisha, and I made her a blanket for her bed. And then Maddie wanted a blanket to match, so I still have to make Maddie's blanket. So I have 3 of those. I also have one of these. I think I'm gonna make a ribbed beanie with this. I just bought it because it was pretty. Didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, but I bought it anyhow. And then still with Big Twist, I have some favorite cotton. I bought these and used them to make mug rugs for Valentine's Day. So this is my leftover from that. Haven't used it for anything else, but I think I'm gonna also use cotton for my dish rags from now on. Now I have some of these. Maybe I'll use those for idea. Okay, so I realized that I actually needed both of my hands. So I do have my phone sitting up, but I still wanted to be on the floor. So best of both worlds. We're done with Big Twist, and now we're moving into my newest obsession. That is this Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. As of lately, I have been using it for everything. Remember when I made this outfit with these colors? That was my first time using this yarn, and then I fell in love with it, so I just started buying more. I have green, orange, gold, white. I have 3 blacks and this one, so like 3.5. And then I'm working on a dress as well for the summer, and I'm using this color, which is Forest. It's gonna be so cute. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And then just the other day, I went and bought these because I'm making my niece a Stanley cup carrying case, and it's gonna be super cute. And I was like, well, I need to make one for myself. I bought this for that. I'm also gonna thinking about using those for my dish rags as well. So also from Hobby Lobby, I have some yarn bee and some baby bee. This one is red, obviously, and this one is teal. I made the most adorable scrunchie with this color, and maybe I'm biased because teal is my favorite color, but I use these to make scrunchies. That is all from Hobby Lobby. Oh, next up we have some Heartland yarn. This is a premium acrylic. I have it in Glacier Bay, and then I have it in Black Canyon. These I used to make ribbed beanies. When we first got news that we were going out of business, I kind of snatched up certain yarns. And even though like the season has changed and everything, I'll have them for next season. So I have these two. Next up, we have some Lily Sugar and Cream. I use these for my dish rags. I've made a full birthday dress for myself, and it was beautiful. So, custom outfits and dish rags. And I have two of these. If you guys have any ideas on what I should make with this cotton yarn, let me know in the comments, okay? Then up next, I have this ice cream yarn. Honestly, I bought it for two reasons. Because it was pretty and it was my favorite color. I don't know what I want to do with this either, so if you guys have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. Maybe some of your ideas will be in the video. I'm gonna move into some of my velvet yarn, so let me put these away and then we'll get into that. Happy Saturday, y'all. The rest of this video is going to be quite cozy. I'm relaxing on the floor. I have my blanket. I have my coffee. It's Saturday morning. We doing Saturday morning vibes. I don't know what age range you fall in, but I'm an 80s baby. I remember so vividly getting up first thing in the morning on Saturdays with my big bowl of cereal and my cup of orange juice and sitting in front of the TV and waiting ever so patiently to watch all of the cartoons that came on Saturday morning. Enjoyed it. Let's get back into this yarn, shall we? Next up in my inventory is some t-shirt yarn. I don't know what brand it is, honestly. I was in an era, maybe like a year or two ago, where I was making purses. And I made one for Maddie and it was pink, and then I made a different style of one for myself, which is black. And then I had orders come in, so I had an order for a burgundy one for somebody in Oklahoma, and then I had an order for a lime green one for my best friend in Baltimore, so I had to buy more. And then I made a yellow one, but I used all of that yarn, and I still have these left over, so don't really know what I'm gonna do with them. Neither one of them is enough to make another purse, so I'm kind of like, what do I do? You know, if you guys have any ideas what I can do with this leftover t-shirt yarn, let me know in the comments. I would like to get rid of this stuff. Next up in the inventory, we're getting into scrunchie mode. The next three categories of yarn is either velvet yarn or Chanel yarn, and I use them for my scrunchies. To start with the scrunchie yarn that I've been using, I have some Bernat velvet. I have a gray one, I have a green one, and I have a red one. The thing about the Bernat velvet is it's thinner than the Juicy Couture yarn because Juicy Couture was the first one that I used. So every other Chanel or velvet yarn that I use to make scrunchies, I'm always going to compare to Juicy Couture. One day I was Instacarting and they had sent me to Dollar Tree, so I went into the craft aisle and they had a whole section of Premier Chanel yarn. If you are a fellow fiber artist, you know Premier. Like Premier has got the yarns. They got the good yarns too. I was like, I have to get it in every color, and I'm gonna make a scrunchie with every color because why not? So these are what I have. I have an aqua, purple, yellow, tan, brown, lavender, and I had a mint. So that was it for that. Next up in the scrunchie category is Juicy Couture. I'm running low, and that makes me sad because there's nowhere else to buy Juicy Couture from anymore. Joann's. I have 3 of the Hot Pink. I have 2 of the Notre Dame, 1 full wrinkle in this little bit. I only have 1 black, and I have this full skein in this little bit right here. I also have this little ball of crimson. We didn't have certain colors at my Joann, so these are the ones that I have the access to. When I went to go put in my big order for my Juicy Couture, because it's been in my Joann's cart for a long time, and then when I went on there, the website was shut down and I couldn't even order the yarn. And then they said that you just had to go to your local Joann's. And I'm like, well, my local Joann's doesn't have the colors that I need. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all could probably tell I'm a little sad and bitter about this Joann's thing. Next in my yarn stash is woolies. I have this Oxford gray, and then I have a natural heather, and then I have this nice green one. It's so freaking pretty. It's called Forest Green Heather. It is such a nice color. And then I have the pink one. Don't remember the name of this one. I made this hat with it. That was it for my wool ease. On to the next. All right, we are getting to the end of the stash, y'all. Finally. Next in the stash is the era of I just buy it because it's pretty or because I like it. Yeah, so this is KC yarn. This color is called Cloudy Day, and they are 100% wool. I bought these in the cold season because I wanted to make ribbed beanies out of them. Another one. It was pretty, so I bought it. I've never worked with this brand before, but it looks so pretty, and it's my favorite color, so I had to buy it. What kind of things did you make with this brand of yarn? And do you guys have any ideas that I should make with this yarn? This next category of yarn is the, I don't know where it came from. I don't know what brand of yarn it is. I don't know why I have it or who gave it to me or where I got it from for that matter. This first yarn is giving blanket yarn. I used it to make a pillow that's on our bed, and I know that it's not enough to complete another pillow like that because I do want 2 pillows, but I don't know what yarn this is. What do I just walk through the store with this in my hand? And now I can't go to Joann's. Do I go to Hobby Lobby? Do I go to Michael's and just walk through the store with this in my hand trying to figure out what's closest so I can make another one? I don't know, guys. And this looks like it's really not that much. So what can I make with this? One particular little person, I won't say what her name is, but she sleeps in the room over there. She wants me to make a penguin, but I've never made amigurumi, and I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong because I really don't know how to say it. I don't make the animals. I've made 2 animals in my entire crochet career. Crochet by Jenna, I'm sure she has a pattern that's good for a penguin and I can use this yarn, so maybe. The next one came in a package. My aunt works for Goodwill, and sometimes when she's going through the bags and stuff, she'll see yarn. Some of the yarn will be brand new, some of it won't, but they package them to sell them. And she's like, every time I find yarn, I'm gonna send it to you. Recently, she sent me these 2 skeins. Don't know what brand they are. Now this one, I think I'm gonna use this for a video, but this one, I don't know. Now, even though I said I'm gonna use this one for a video, I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this either. So I'm kind of like, what do I do with these, guys? Usually when people donate me yarn, I use it for another cause that I'll talk about in a second. I need ideas. Okay, that was all for the stash that I use for selling items. All right, guys, so the yarn is all filled up. What I noticed is that I have not told you guys about the bottom row. So as you can see, there's currently a giraffe living in my office. Thank you, Maddie. Here's the bottom row. So each square has just scrap yarns. Most are scrap yarns from projects that I've done, and I had just a little bit of yarn left over, not enough to complete anything, so I started rolling them into balls for reasons like this. And then people started donating me yarns because when I lived in Baltimore, I used to make hats, scarves, blankets, and things for the homeless shelters. in Baltimore City. So this is all for my winter season, for when I'm ready to make more hats and scarves and blankets for the homeless here in South Carolina. Alright guys, so that is all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and share, okay, with other people. There might be somebody else in your circle who likes me just as much as you do. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Say goodbye to the giraffe. And good night. Bye guys.